talk to you about immigration in Frederick. Does it seem like more immigrants are committing crimes?
I, I don't think there's any increase in crimes being committed by immigrants. Obviously, here in Frederick, we have this a large South American immigrant population that came in. One of the things that we see that is occurring, it's immigrant on immigrant type crime, so that there may be extortion to a business owner. Of course, we're taking a look at human trafficking, real close look at that, Frederick City, Frederick County with the Human Trafficking Task Force. So we're taking a look at and see where those crimes are and what resources need to be to identify them and investigate them.
Okay. With executive orders that are coming out and the crackdown on immigration that seems to be happening all over across the country, how has Frederick City Police been able to keep the same procedures?
An immigration detainer or warrant is more of a civil order. It's actually an immigration officer. There's about 8 or 9 different individuals that can file that detainer. And that detainer really is not a judicial order. It's a request for voluntary compliance. What we have here in Maryland is we can't take action on that because it's not a judicial order. So therefore, ICE saying go pick up John Doe and bring him, to us. We can't go by that. That's an ICE type situation that they would have to enforce. They would actually have to find that individual in a public space and then apprehend them and take them before that. Here in Frederick City, we can't detain anybody based on an ICE order because, again, it's not a judicial order. It's a request from ICE. It's administrative for the most part. So the only time that an individual here in Frederick County, Frederick City, would be tied in with an ICE matter would be if ICE came out and picked the individual up themselves, or if we arrested somebody and placed them in the detention center. The deputies from the sheriff's office that are at the detention center are what they call 287G certified. The sheriff's office has entered in an agreement with ICE to hold those people based on those detainers. Frederick City Police does not have the authority to hold anybody on a 287G type situation.
Are you anticipating any change to your procedure in handling immigrants?
Now, right now, we have a process that we cannot detain anybody any longer than what we need. If we stop an individual on a car stop, we only can detain that individual for the time to handle the car stop. We don't detain for ICE or anything like that. The only time that we would enforce any type of immigration is if a person was arrested, we place them in the detention center, and then it's the sheriff's officers that are 287G certified would actually handle the ICE component. So we don't get involved in the illegal immigration enforcement.
Okay. Do you wish that you could get more involved?
Resource-wise, I just don't have the personnel to get involved in it. When we go out and talk to the communities, we're not going to block off a neighborhood and check IDs of people going in and out. We don't have those kinds of resources. But if we come across and we're doing an investigation and we identify somebody for a crime and we charge them and go before a commissioner or a judge with probable cause and get the warrant, then that individual is then placed into the detention center and could be subject to the ICE check through the 287G program. But if we're investigating that individual for a crime and have probable cause to make the arrest, that's probably not the person we want in our community to begin with. So putting them in the detention center, and then if there is a detainer from ICE or what have you, then it's dealt with from that perspective on.